Hassan, do you want to go next then?
Yeah. Hi guys. Let me present my screen. Kind of in a
Hi.
rush or have a meeting. Let's do this one, I guess. Okay. Um, so I'm just gonna quickly present. Do you guys see like the SolFarm screen?
I do. Yep. Yeah, you're all good.
So this is a 3x levered SolFarm.io leverage farm, and you're farming SolRise USDC, and basically what you're doing is you're borrowing. You could put in whatever you want. You could add either SolRise or USDC as your equity, and what the vault will do is it will, if you're adding USDC, it will sell uh, 50% of it into SolRise. And if you're adding SolRise, it'll borrow against that SolRise, and it'll borrow USDC against that SolRise and convert it to SolRise and put it in as well. So basically, you're 3x levered on this. The APY is pretty ridiculous here, at 47,000% roughly. But the downside is essentially if the token falls, where's my sheet here? If the token falls 40%, you get liquidated. So basically, the reason this is attractive right now is because none of these SolRise tokens are out. Mainnet is in 2 weeks. At mainnet, I think, let me check my other screen schedule, sorry. At mainnet, approximately 90 million tokens from the foundation vest. I'm not saying all those tokens hit the market right away, but right now there's approximately 40 million tokens outstanding out of a total of 1 billion. So it's pretty low float, 4%. And I think the project is doing this on purpose. So, and I should probably back up and tell you, SolRise is kind of like a enzyme comp, like the social the social hedge fund where anyone can invest in other people's funds and they can see the strategies and they can invest in the fund, and the manager obviously gets like a cut of the AUM that the person contributes as a management fee, and then there's like the carry. So you can track funds and invest in them virtually via SolRise. The project is still in its infancy, like it's not live yet, and it won't be fully live until Q4, later Q4 2021. But the point is that right now it's a low float token. It's also a low market cap token right now at 30 million, and the market really likes right now. The market really likes low market cap tokens, especially in the Solana ecosystem. So the point is that there's not too much selling pressure right now. The APY is very good. If you monitor the supply schedule and you monitor, when you think that sell pressure is coming, which at this, I just read in Telegram, like the main net isn't for like another 2 to 3 weeks. So you probably have another 3 weeks before you really have to monitor this thing, setting aside market conditions. I just think this is an attractive farm. And like another good thing about SolFarm is that, let's say you get into trouble. Let's say this kill buffer, which is like the difference between your debt and the kill threshold. Let's say this comes to like 5 or 6%. You could just pop in here and add collateral, of which I have none because I just aped everything I had in Phantom into the wallet or into the farm. But the point is like, if you get in trouble, you can always add USDC collateral to kind of top up your position, top up your margin. You could also add SolRise, but you may not want to be doing that when SolRise is nuking. I would just add the USDC and have it sell it into SolRise. But yeah, another thing that's interesting about this specific farm is these leverage farms, the max position size is 100K. And I was talking to the SolFarm team. They're doing this because like thinly traded coins like SolRise, like you can't be in $1 million farm in it on $1 million leverage farm, because again, what you're doing is you're borrowing USDC and then that borrowed USDC is taken to buy SolRise and give you your LP token in a 50-50 balance always. So if the max position size is 100, but you want to farm more, you just have to open either have to have different wallets, or you have to open different positions. And I think that's the best way to do it. What else can I say? I mean, that's basically it for this one. I just think the point is just take advantage of this APY while it's good for the next 2-3 weeks, and monitor your position to make sure it doesn't fall. And remember, like, it can fall about 30%, 30-40% before you're in trouble. And it's been running hot, so that's another thing you may want to consider. I mean, yeah, it's really, since basically the start of like SBF Eco Sol ecosystem pumps, like this has been running very hot. So it's up about 100% since like the start of September. So you may want to be careful there. But for me, I'm staying in the farm for another 2-3 weeks.
Hey, Hassan, I didn't realize that. So you can, I mean, it's kind of like a Zap on SolFarm. Where is that? Like, because I've played with the vaults before, but I never noticed that you could like deposit either. I've always had to get into the LP and then stake the LP.
Yeah, great question. Great question. So just go to, let's just start from the top. So go to SolFarm.io. And then what you'll see when you go to the vaults, so it's just in this top left here. Do you see this leverage farming? It's in the top. You hit leverage farming, and then you go down, and they have a boatload of stuff. They have like Atlas Ray, which I wouldn't really do because Ray is literally, it's just, Ray is infinite inflation, and it doesn't really have any utility right now, so it should come down. But this is interesting at 3x leverage Polis, because Polis is like the governance token for Star Atlas, so it theoretically should accrue value. But the one we're in is all the way down here, and it's here. And the reason the TVL is small is because, again, max position size is 100K. So the max, the most value that you could put in if you're 3x levered is $33,000, right? So it's just, this is the one I like for right now. And you can also adjust the leverage, so you don't need to be as much of a degenerate about it. I think 2.5 is more than sufficient, especially for right now, especially while the market's soft right now, Bitcoin's soft. So I would do 2.5. But they have a bunch of stuff. I just don't know any of these. Like, I don't know Aleph. I don't know Cope. I don't know whatever the hell SNY is. But SolRise, I just know it's low float and no tokens for another 2-3 weeks. So, but it's up here in the leverage farming.
Guys, any questions for Hassan? Really interesting too, by the way. That's if anyone's not familiar with Alpha Homora on Ethereum, like, I didn't realize this concept of leverage yield farming had made its way to Solana already. So, you know,
yeah,
obviously there's a lot of opportunities there. I think even if your risk appetite isn't there for this farm.
Yeah, and then just taking a step back, this is less quantitative and more like game theory. Like, there are no yields on ETH anymore, really. There are no like ridiculous yields on ETH, really. And a portion of that's just like, the assets are mature. They're not spitting off rewards as high. Like, ETH DeFi is not up only anymore, so the APYs for the reward tokens don't really jump. And also Alameda farms everything in ETH, and they farm everything in AVAX. But interestingly, Alameda farms everything in every ecosystem, but they don't touch Solana farms. And they obviously see these APYs, and they're obviously capable of making a ton of wallets. But I just think from like a game theory perspective, FTX and Alameda, they want people to come, and they want traders and people to come to Solana and make money farming, so they stay on Solana. So that's another reason I think these yields will stay for quite some time. especially the structure of these, a lot of these SOL tokens, super low float, like 10, 15-year distribution periods, 5 to 10% issued in the first 12 months. It's actually like, when we were doing it originally, we thought that it's silly to have like a 7-year emission schedule, where it's only 2 to 3 to 5% issued in the first year. But really what they're doing, I think, is they just want people to make money in the token the first year and build a community around people making money. Like you're more likely to defend a token and buy it when it's down if you're up in it, right? If you're up on it. And starting with a low float and having it go up 3, 4, 5, 600%, and you're in the money already, you will defend that token and a community can be built. So just, that's not like a quantitative analysis, just like anecdotal and qualitative. I think that's what's going on in Sol. So it's good place to look for farming.
So interesting. Thanks so much. Does anyone else have questions for Hassan?
Yeah, I think this is super interesting, right? Guess, we should just, pick the low hanging fruit. These marketing expenses, Alameda and SBF gave out. Why not?
Yeah. No. Take the low-hanging fruit, take the money while it's there, and don't be too much of an ape, and you'll be good. All right. I'm going to jump to a meeting, guys. Thank you, DeFi Dad. Thank you, Charlene. Bye, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks so
Hassan.
much, Hassan.
Thank you for all the alpha.